So, outside the therapy hour, one thing I wish that more people knew is that focusing on yourself. So many times people get consumed and hyper fixated on everything else around them, including what's happening in the world, you know, um, family, friends, work. But the key is you. You truly are the only thing that you can control. So when you start to stop hearing all the noise around you and just focusing on yourself, what you can control, we really start to see big changes happening. So I'll give you an example. Somebody at work, often speaks poorly about somebody else, is always talking down to other people, just has poor work interactions. You can fixate on that all day long and talk about how horrible that person is. But what good is that going to do? You've spent half your time, half your energy worrying about their behavior. Focus on you. How do you rise above that? How do you model what appropriate behavior interaction is? Focus on that. Be the bigger, better person. Don't let somebody else bring you down. Don't let them pull you down into their negativity. Just think about this for a minute. Do happy people really go around talking crap about other people? No. They're enjoying life, they're participating in life, they're moving forward. It's negative, unhappy people who are talking bad about others. So don't let them drag you down. Focus on you, who you want to be. How do you want to show up in the situations, whether it be at work, whether it be with family, friends? Focus on that because that is what you can control, and that's it. Everything else is just wasted time and space. So if you can make that one change, you will start to feel better. You will quiet out the negativity, and you'll actually start to really feel better about yourself and your life the less you let that in. So I'd encourage you, think about what are your values? Really know what you believe in, who you are, and focus on that rather than what everybody else is doing. Be true to yourself. Anytime there's a disagreement with what you believe and how you act and how you speak, there's going to be a discord within yourself. There's going to be an internal struggle that happens. But when you're able to be more honest, more in line with who you really are and what you believe, you're not going to feel that. So a lot of times when people feel more depressed or unsatisfied, it's because there's some kind of discord, disconnect going on inside. They're not being true to who they really are, what they believe, how they want to show up. And that kind of leads me into the next topic, and that's codependency. And really, if I could explain this at a lower level so anybody could understand, because I think there's a lot of misinterpretation of what codependency is. Just imagine all of your feelings were in a backpack, but you didn't have that backpack. It was your friend's backpack. So every morning you woke up and you had to run down the street to your friend's house and open up their backpack and look at those feelings to decide how you felt. So basically, what I'm saying is you are riding an emotional wave. You are riding somebody else's feelings to know how you feel. So if they're having a bad day, if in their backpack they had a bunch of negative feelings or they were angry or sad, that's how you feel. If they're happy, then you can feel happy. You're putting somebody else's feelings first before considering how you feel. That's really what codependency is about. So once again, when you start looking at how do I feel, what do I need, and not in I don't care about anyone else, nobody else matters except for me, it's, checking in with yourself. How does that situation make me feel rather than I don't want to say or do anything because that other person might be angry or mad or not happy with my decisions or choices. So yeah, I think codependency is something that is really important that we understand and also check in with ourselves that if we are writing somebody else's emotions before considering our own emotions, that's not going to end well for yourself. You're not going to feel good about yourself. There's going to be issues in all aspects of your relationship. So I hope that helped you, and I look forward to talking to you again. Thanks.